Damn it, fellas. Look here. Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Joy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Wolverine, along with a full complement of companions this week. Back from a great journey, head in a jar he go.
Yo.
And with us as always, Chad 2 Weeks.
What's up? The Back from a Great Journey makes me think that you had like 6 endings as you got off the boat back on the island, like at the end of the Lord of the Rings, you know? You guys are all like wistfully like, that was a wonderful time. And there's people like crying at your bedside and like, as you wake up from your hangover.
I kind of had more of a Lothar of the Hill People kind of vibe going.
Okay.
But,
Either way.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have been on a long journey with a woman. I have returned. Anyway, welcome to the show, folks. This week we're talking about This week we're talking about the 2000 classic Pitch Black, which is the beginning of the Riddick trilogy. Well, it was a standalone film, and then this sort of turned it into a trilogy. Starring
soon to be quadrilogy.
Friend of the show, Vin Diesel, and Rhoda Mitchell, and Claudia Black. I forgot she was in this. Cole Hauser, of course, legendary Keith David, and some scary monsters, man. Yeah, let's get down with this, man. High level, what's up? Chad, why did you pick this? Chad, tell us. What was your thought process? Why'd you pick it?
It just seemed like a good pick. I actually hadn't seen this one many times. I think I only ended up getting to it for the first time when we did the Riddick episode a few years ago.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just in traditional EVD style hadn't seen the first one, and maybe it's really just me style. It's not really you style. And back in the day when I saw it, I was kind of surprised by the tone of it and the kind of simplicity of it, but it makes sense being kind of like a indie-ish idea at least, and more horror-ish than sci-fi action-y per se. And this is probably the second watch, maybe the third, and it was... You know, I should take a death because I, for some reason, thought Katie Sackhoff was going to show up at some stage. I don't know why the fuck I got those two confused, but like in terms of the like mercenary bits from that, is that the third movie?
She's in the third movie, yeah.
Yeah, so I got
which
that
is
kind of mixed up.
A lot more similar. It's kind of back to basics like this, so I can see the confusion.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like imagined the third movie as this movie, and so then when it was like, oh yeah, that's right, it's like, you know, alien-ish, horror-y, you know, don't show the monster, a lot of horror tropes and stuff. And it was really fun. It was really fun to watch it again. I really enjoyed the kind of scrappiness of production. I don't know if that's a reasonable term, but like, it's like the lighting is all weird and the cutting is all weird. And it's all kind of like, it just feels like a love letter to kind of the tropier horror-ish movies. So I don't know. I really enjoyed the watch, and I'm glad that we're watching it. And I picked it because we didn't really want to think too hard about picking something.
Nice. Yes. Okay. Ben, you want to go next? Or you want to go last?
Excellent. Sure, I'll go. I don't know how many times I've seen this. Not too many. I've probably seen Chronicles of Riddick more than this.
Fuck yeah, me too.
But I enjoyed it. It's scrappy. Pretty much everything Chad said rings true for me. Vin Diesel is pretty funny in this. He's like, it's like he's getting that, you know, he's getting it, but he's not quite getting it. The character, you know, like he's like, I don't know, kind of writing checks with his mouth that his body can't quite cash yet. But I appreciate seeing the proto, you know,
prototype.
the proto maneuver, the getting the character, like trying the character on for size and seeing an earlier version of it.
Sure.
Shaving your head with a piece of scrap metal and some grease.
Some fucking axle grease. It was amazing.
But it's not even really. He doesn't like. I was like, oh, like for some reason I had it in my head that he shaved it like all the way to the scalp, but it's not. It's like he's still got like it's pretty much the same length.
I noticed that too. It was like it didn't shave it because like it's like a scene or two later, it's like the hair's still there. You're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
but that's like the kind of thing like your buddy who you're like in the woods and you find some axle grease randomly and the kid's like, check this out. You know, like watch an action movie and does it. And then you're like, you didn't cut your hair, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's just stuff like that. But it's got some charm, a lot of goofy filters,
Yeah.
We need to make it look like we're on an alien planet. So we're going to really we're going to fucking crank the brightness all the way up and use like a brown filter.
Yeah. Who's got the remote?
Then every time inside, we're going to use, it's going to be like almost black and white.
Totally.
But that's at the time, that's what shit was like, so
it is.
Well, I mean, to your scrappy, both your scrappy comments, it's just a scrappy production. So they're making it work, dude. I appreciate that a lot.
Totally.
Using a combination of practical effects and, off the cuff trickery and some CGI, make it work and look cool, man. I dig it. I've definitely seen Chronicles of Riddick
Vision.
And yeah, exactly. Riddick Vision, which was cool. The Riddick Vision was definitely cool. And I've definitely seen Chronicles of Riddick more than this. I've seen Riddick more than I've seen this, but it doesn't mean that this movie isn't good. This movie's really good and fun and creepy and scary too, man. There's some great moments in it, dude. I'm not like a Farscape fan. That's an Australian sci-fi show, probably like one of the best. And
I love Farscape.
I have seen enough of it to know who Claudia Black is, and she's great. And she was also on Stargate as well. So I was delighted to see her. And I don't know. You guys kind of said it all. It's scrappy, but it's good. It's the origin of the characters. So we see, the beginnings of a lot of what's coming in the future stories, So it's really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's it. It's nice when a movie like a scrappier kind of proto to a well-established kind of cultural trilogy kind of holds up still. Because there's like Alien is always going to hold up because it's like fucking legendary. Like this isn't legendary, but it still is like there's like a lot of heart in it. I don't know. It
does.
Different reasons.
It does have a lot of heart in it, but it also has its own like legion of loyal fans. These Riddick movies are very popular in their own little. It exists in their own little universe, man, and they have that untouchable quality, because they have that sort of cult following, and like people just absolutely love the lore and the characters and the whole thing, So I don't know. I dig that, and that's where it gets its legendary status from, for sure. It's kind of like those
well-deserved love for
those. What the hell are those Kate Beckinsale movies, man? About the werewolves versus the vampires. What the hell was that? There was like 6 of them.
Oh yeah.
Holy Moses! I can't remember.
I think I saw one of them.
Yeah. I kind of don't want to say that that's a death because I think it's okay that we don't know what those movies are.
Yeah.
Something
Underworld.
There you go. Like those movies.
I saw one too. I was like, oh yeah,
them,
that's all right. And then there's 57 more of them.
Look, those movies, whatever you think of them, they have their own loyal following. There's enough to make 6 movies, man. So there's something to be said for that, and it has its own lore set that's, whatever, loved by somebody, man, or quite a few people. So it's very similar to that in that respect. I mean, this is obviously, in my opinion, much better and much more original, like a real cool original character, in a universe that we have never seen before, and it has elements that we've never seen before. And then they add really cool, interesting elements to it, like the whole idea of the underverse and the necromongers. Like that really just like took it to the stratosphere, man. But just living in this world with the limited amount we know, we've got multiple colonized planets, we've got bounty hunters, mercs, criminals, it's interesting and cool creatures, and it's intriguing enough to make you like want to know more about it, and then you kind of get to know more about it.
But I also forgot how sparse it was in terms of like there's not a lot of universe stuff, but there's like just enough, and that there's like just enough of everything to be like, oh yeah, let's do some more of this. I guess that's even like it was meant to be standalone too, so even they I think had that similar idea. But it's interesting that the whole necromonger thing and all that stuff comes out of this, because it's a fully formed universe in my perception, considering all the movies. But in this, it's very, very early days, right?
Sure.
It's barely a thing. It's just like a brown, like very bright brown filtered camera on some half-digi monsters and last girl horror shit, like it's very simple, but it's done well.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
I guess maybe structurally, like I it's very, very obvious, but I hadn't remembered the movie well enough to recall that it's clever to have the crew be afraid of Riddick as the monster in the beginning until the real danger shows itself, like it kind of shifts gears in a way, which is kind of cool. It keeps you on your toes a little bit.
Wait, you mean saying that we've got the crash, and then that's like the locus of everything, and then all of a sudden these monsters get kind of injected into the whole.
Well, it's like Con Air. The first 20 minutes of the movie is Con Air, where it's just like, oh no, he's going to get out of his cell. We need to keep him locked up, and then he gets out, and everyone's like, ah, And and Riddick's just like, I'm not the fucking monster here, dude. And they're like, we don't believe you, you brute. Right. And then all of a sudden the fucking monsters show up, and it's like, oh, okay. So it kind of shifts the.
We're so glad we have you now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, remember that time you said? Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, it's tropey, but I kind of like the shift, because they're just terrified of him in the beginning, and then they are so glad they have him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, what better to fight monsters than your own monster?
That's it. But I think the attraction. I need to watch the other movies again, because I think Riddick not being just a fucking bruiser, like he's badass.
That's
but
what makes him
towards
great.
the end of this, and where he's just like, he's like scoping Rhoda Mitchell out, and it's like, is she gonna say she'll die for that? And you're like, oh, interesting. Like there's some really interesting shit going on inside, in between the two ears, for Riddick, and I just think it's such an interesting part of his character. It keeps you really, really curious about him and stuff.
Yeah, it's not unlike Total Recall. I remember when that came out, and people, the sort of the defining thing about Total Recall was that it was a thinking man's action film, and not only is this a thinking man's action film, you have a thinking man in the action role, and he's interesting, he's complex, and he's not complex all at the same time. And like, I think that's what makes that character so intriguing, and yeah, everybody just wants to know more about him, and then you have Vin Diesel just kind of fills in the rest, and like everybody wants to know more about him, and hence Chronicles of Riddick, and you learn a little bit more. And they were really smart in the writing, it's like just letting us know a little bit more in Chronicles of Riddick, and then a little bit more in Riddick. And what did you say? There's a fourth installment coming out?
They're filming Furia right now, evidently.
What?
Fourth installment.
Yeah,
fifth,
fourth,
actually.
Yeah.
If you count the
old is that Dark Fury animated one,
if you
right?
count Dark Fury, that's the fifth.
Well, either way, there's a new
certainly
one.
Certainly not the third.
No.
Certainly not. No. Wow. Filming began in August 2024. So that's Yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
mean,
happening.
if filming began in August 2024, it either hasn't had its shit updated or it's kind of dragging out. Because I mean, usually filming is only like 3 or 4 or 5 months, right? So it might be bumps.
I have no idea.
I was
Yeah,
already. I
don't
was ejecting on reading about Furia. Sorry,
Mark it down.
missed that.
Mark it down for the class.
That's
Either it hasn't been
pretty
updated
standard,
on IMDb or it's maybe hitting some more bumps because it hit a bunch of bumps in pre-production. I think.
I'm
Pretty
reading
sure we
this off
talked about Furia
of-
like 17 years ago when we did that other episode. So
Yeah, I'm reading this off Wikipedia. So principal photography began in August 24 in Germany, Spain, and the UK. That's it. Nothing else about it.
well, hopefully it comes to light because
Well, Vin Diesel has
I'm
jumped
always
enough
down for some
cars
Riddick.
off of satellites to be able to produce this
Exactly.
movie himself. So money's not an issue.
not at all. You'd like to think.
What did
I assume he would be.
I don't know, dude. Riddick.
Very
So this
involved in the
movie,
creation.
Pitch Black, was 23 million. It grossed 52, so it doubled its money. Riddick, the third one, was 38 million. It made 98 million, more than doubled its money. Chronicles, 105 to 120 million, and it made 115. So it only just really broke even, which is weird because it's like so popular.
I feel like the memishness of the interwebs these days, I think you get a good showing of this new one. I think
Sure.
Fury would do all right at the box.
Sure.
I never realized Tui was able to direct all of them.
Yeah.
Is this like would this be considered pretty indie? Like it's somewhat not literally
I would say
self-funded,
so.
but like it seems like it's stayed pretty indie throughout, which I love. I love
It's
that there's no
definitely,
middle
I would say it's indie,
Studio
man, in the
bullshit.
same sense that Creator was indie. You know, like there's money there,
Yeah.
but it's not like crazy money. And, you know, it's going off of a sort of like a little cult thing, you know?
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm here for Furia any day. Hopefully it sees the light of day. I looking at the IMDb on this, though, like it's really remarkable how small the cast is.
Mm.
Like only 8 of the people in it have a fucking photo, for example. Like it's a very small cast.
You mean for Pitch Black?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's a tight little horror-y movie with a tight little cast.
Yeah.
We're having some focus
And,
issues. I'm struggling because I'm hungover.
In good form for a horror movie. It gets smaller
Yeah.
as it goes along.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
I suppose that's
Exactly
it. You can't start with 20 people because then you got to kill 19 of them, right?
That's not a problem for Riddick if there's a teacup around.
Dude, I already, I already started watching Chronicles of Riddick. I couldn't not watch it right after this.
I know you did.
So damn good, dude. It's just so damn good.
Teacup. I'll kill you with my teacup.
That's just that I watched that. Just watched that.
Death by teacup. What are you going to do? Kill me with your soup cup?
Yeah.
D.
Dude, are you gonna kill me with your soup cup?
D, actually. What? I said I'll kill you with my teacup.
Bitch.
Good God.
Cool, man. A lot of these, it looks like a lot of these people were Australian, man. The girl
Well,
that
it
played
makes sense.
Jack,
I mean, it was shot in Cooper Pedy.
Rihanna Griffith. She's grown up now. Very beautiful too. She's from New South Wales, and Claudia
Nice.
Black, of course, is from the Oz, and so is looks like that that other guy that got greased in the hole. He was either, I don't know, maybe
Oh, yeah.
he looked like he was from
The
Australia.
dude that got greased in the hole.
I do
Sorry.
like getting
It
greased in my
didn't,
hole.
it didn't really come out quite right. And Chad made it worse.
Always.
I
It's my
mean,
job.
it's already pretty bad.
I guess so.
Greased is not really the...
Right? John Moore.
I like that pronunciation too. It just makes it extra creepy as opposed to greased.
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 Yeah, dude. Totally.
Yeah.
Who is the name of the guy that held the booze? What was that guy's name?
Lewis
Paris. That was
Fitzgerald with the strangest
Paris was the
spelling of
character's
Fitzgerald I've ever seen.
Fitz hyphenated Gerald.
Fitz dash Gerald. What is that about?
Be right back.
It's about trying to be cool with a hyphenated name.
Right? Like, I mean, that seems like a 90s decision that he made to make himself stand out as an actor, you know? Like, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yes, I do. Well said, dude.
it's like, well, what can I do? It also could be that he was Lewis Fitzgerald, and then they were like,
Sure.
nah, there's already a Lewis Fitzgerald. He's like, well, what if I put a dash in the middle? Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Could go one of two ways. I want to believe that he thought it was super cool. Like, he was like sitting down with a notepad writing down different
Right.
shit.
Of course, I mean, being that this guy is from Australia, it's totally different than when you do it in the US.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd call him like Fitzo, Jero. Yeah.
No, I
He
just
was a
meant that
fucking
it's
douche nozzle. I love his character in this. He like, I don't even know. I don't know why I love his character so much.
I liked him too because he was a douche and he was all about like essentially what he said, you know. He's like, it's amazing how you can do away with the necessities when you have some of life's little luxuries. And he's just sitting there under his umbrella drinking his booze in the middle of nowhere.
But
in the
he's such
desert.
a fucking like, I kind of love that there's like an
Not
art
helping.
gallery fuck knuckle in a horror movie, you know, like the dude that like walks around his gallery being like, ooh, what do you think of this piece? You know?
Well, he's as he's stated, he's an antiquities dealer. I don't know why I'm defending him, but he is an antiquities dealer.
I don't know why you're doing him either.
You know, he's got fine art and things and booze.
Like the like tribal weaponry. I just love it, man. I love that he's just like, yes, that's a Peruvian blow dart gun. It's very valuable. It's even more so because the tribe is now extinct. They're just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I just like,
nobody cares.
It's like the movie Alive where they're like eating each other's butt, and then the guy's just like, yes, no, that's an axe from the Incateca tribes of the Chiapas region. You're like, okay, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. We're all gonna die here. We don't care about that.
But then he's like, don't touch my booze. That's my booze.
Right?
Which, to be fair, yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
But
well,
Riddick does manhandle his really expensive Shiraz and just pounds it, which is pretty funny. That's a pretty good little scene.
Absolutely, it's great. Oh wow, NCIS is migrated to Australia. How about that? He's on NCIS Sydney.
Oh, dude, yeah. No comment.
That's really
on
dumb.
The state of Aussie.
No
TV.
comment on how dumb that is.
The actor that played the collector.
Yeah, the guy that played the antique collector. Yeah, we're talking about him. Lou
Diamond Phillips.
Lewis
Yeah.
Fitzgerald.
Gerald. Yeah, exactly.
Lewis Fitz hyphenated Gerald. Yep. Yes.
Such a douchebag.
Such a douchebag. Such a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
NCIS don't like it. Such a douchebag.
Such a douchebag. All right.
What else?
Well, let's talk about the beginning of the film. I really enjoyed how much time, or let me say this a different way. Throughout the course of the movie, they spend the right amount of time on each thing. And I don't know if this is a strength of David Twohy or his writing or his directing or what, but they do that in this movie and they do that in the subsequent other films as well. And I really appreciate that. Like, I really liked the time that they took with the ship crashing. Like, you really get a solid sense of like a ship, everybody sort of waking up while they're beginning to burn up in orbit, and just like the process they go through, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's fairly drawn out, you know, in terms of what they need to do, whether she decides she wants to jettison all the people or what, you know. And I really liked that they did that, man, you know, right up until them like literally hitting the ground. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like you always see that sort of thing. And I really appreciated it, and just, they did a good job of like just the whole disorientation of that whole thing, plus having a murderer on the ship already, and then letting that sort of unfold as it should or would, you know what I mean? And they do that with all of the things in the movie. They give them all the elements are given the proper amount of time to be explained and explored, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it makes for a good story and it makes for a good movie. So I certainly appreciated that.
Yeah, I found myself a little frustrated that the ship was designed in such a way where if something went wrong and they did end up in an atmosphere, that you would, force the pilot or the captain or whoever the fuck is in charge at the point in time of the crash, that they might have to just kill, murder people in order to level out and land properly. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the ship is long. You could have put the people towards the front enough where it didn't fucking matter,
Yeah,
I don't know. It just struck me as as plot device. It was just okay, we're positing this just to make Fry, make a thing of the movie, and
sure.
sort of put this weight on her throughout the whole thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Before we kill her.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, she redeems her.
Before she doesn't even survive for the next film.
Yeah. I don't know though. I like that she redeems herself though. That the initial thing needs to happen in order for her to redeem herself with Riddick at the end there. It is kind of a bummer that she gets got, but yeah. I agree with you, Kev, generally that you would normally some of that would end up on the cutting room floor for time. And I'm glad that they didn't.
Yeah.
But I also found that on this watch, the first few minutes, it took me a couple of minutes to kind of accept the B-movie-ish quality of the scenery and the shooting, where I was just kind of oh, okay, this kind of feels like a Sci-Fi Channel-ish level of production.
Sure.
But because there's some interesting stuff going on, even if it is a little formulaic or whatever with the plot device stuff, it kind of gets you over that hump, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. I'm trying to acclimate myself to the movie, considering that I have knowledge of the other movies and that they look better, So there's a little bit of that in there for this watch too.
Sure.
I don't know if you found similarly, but
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't know. It's rarer as I get older that something like that will affect me when I'm watching an older version of the film. Certainly there are times when it's oh yeah, I wish it looked this way, but this movie looks good for the budget that it had. Sure. $23 million is, I mean, even in 2000, that's not a lot of money. So, it's considering that the budget was quintupled for the next film 4 years later. It looks good. I think it looks good, man. They did a lot with what they had, man.
Yeah,
just the creatures, the way they did the creatures, I was watching a little video on YouTube about the creatures, man. And it's cool the way they did the creatures. I never really think about it. You see the little bats, obviously you see the glow bug larvae later, but you see the little bats and the swarm of the bats when they're small. And then the fully grown ones, it's they really keep them from you for a long time. And then even when they do show them, they show them through Riddick's vision a lot in the beginning. They show it from the POV of the creature seeing the humans, it was cool. I really liked the way they did that. So you're always kind of, again, wanting more, they really understood the idea of theatricality with all of these movies, man. And I think it serves them incredibly well in drawing people in and keeping them there and then having them come back for more, because ultimately that's a lot of what it's about. So Yeah, no, sort of a long-winded way to get that answer, but yeah, no, I really think it looks good.
You gotta pay a guy a pack of menthol cools to get a shine job, which basically it means you see blurry shit in the dark. You see blurry illuminated shit in the dark.
But it is blurry.
It's I'm like, is it that helpful? Like,
I know, right? I don't, in an early Nugget, there was a company that released a set of limited edition contacts that would make your eyes look like Riddick's eyes, and they were called the Shine Job. Like,
and Sam King
just couldn't believe that. Exactly.
It seems like a good idea to buy a set of those, and then you put them on, and people are like, "What are you doing?
What you doing?
What are you doing?"
I was amazed that like some company would come up with that to release as like a product tie-in.
Well, I'm going to nugget on your nugget. I like that they released that product as a tie-in, considering that when they put these on Vin Diesel's eyes, they got stuck and an optometrist had to be flown in to get them off his fucking eyeballs. It was like,
from 3 hours away. I know.
It's like, let's sell that to the public. No problem.
Yeah.
nice.
No, that's funny, man.
Nice. If I can circle back to the
Please,
look of the movie, I think at some point, Snaps was like, "This looks like it was made in the '90s, or it feels like it was made in the '90s," and I was like,
"Sure."
Well, 2000 was kind of the '90s. I mean,
pretty much was, yeah.
It was,
bro.
All those crux years where you're switching over into the next decade, like 90 had plenty of stink of the 80s on it, just like 2000 had plenty of stink of the 90s on it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So considering it's got a little bit of that, it's got a little bit of that vibe, but I still think they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't even Windows XP in 2000, right? Like,
Jesus, that old chestnut,
right?
I love it.
Windows ME or whatever, like Millennium Edition.
God.
You just think about like what was going on in 2000. Like it was just kind of, it was very, very barely. This is really like the first like 5 years of the 2000s were just like kind of a continuation of the 90s.
Kind of, yeah.
We spoke about, I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure we decided that a specific movie was like an excellent example of the boundary between the 80s and the 90s, I think. I can't remember what it was, but I mean, I think you can make a pretty good argument that this is a good boundary line between the 90s and the 2000s. Like, I think that like the fact that it has some of that 90s residue, it sounds like You're in the Same Motorcycle, is like, it has a bit of a charm and it's perfectly reasonable. Like, yeah.
I think this one kind of straddles both. Yeah, it's a good like ambassador movie,
It's charming.
The ambassador,
I think.
The ambassador of the 2000s welcoming the 90s into the 2000s kind of thing, like you want to visualize.
Because this is after Matrix, which is interesting. Like kind of the Matrix in a way kind of jumped across the line, and this is still at the line maybe. And that doesn't mean one is better than the other. They're different things, but I kind of like that there's still some residue on this one. It is. I think it adds to the charm once you kind of get acclimated to it. Like even that like overexposed stuff, or the different colored sun stuff, or the shit you guys were talking about at the beginning, Riddick's vision, shit, the fucking monster's weird ass vision. Like there's just some interesting stuff that's like a clever way to make something look fucking super sci-fi-ish on an extremely limited budge.
Fun with filters.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like the monsters are kind of a clever design and a clever execution. Like they're super plausible as creatures, as opposed to just, random monster movie. It's just a monster because it's a monster,
No. There was a lot of thought and thoughtfulness put into the design of the creatures, which I appreciate, but again, I think thoughtfulness is a hallmark of these movies, this series of movies. You know, like I know Vin Diesel is that way, you know, and I'm pretty sure that Tuohy's that way too. So I'm not surprised at all, you know, like again, I watched a little video about it and, you know, it was really cool, man. You know, just listening to what they were saying about the creatures and why it was like this and why it was like that and the 3 different stages and all of that stuff, man. You know, the fact that they could really only see motion, you know, and used echolocation was just wild.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the shit that I was saying earlier where Riddick is the monster Con Air style for the first 15 minutes or whatever. And then the monsters show their face and like, okay, cool. But then you've got that classic horror trope of like, it gets dark and do they survive until morning? But in this case, it's not, you know, 8 hours. It could be fucking, I don't know, 8 weeks or whatever it is, or however long it stays dark for. So even just that like solar system shit and the multiple sun 3-body problem stuff, like it's even that's a really cool layer, you know, like it's like a plague of locusts every 7 years kind of idea, you know?
It seems,
yeah, I dug that. Yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
Seems like a major oversight that they didn't like run the like little orrery device through the night, you know, like through until it got light again, so they knew exactly how long it was going to be dark.
You're like, hang on, let's just check this. Yeah, but that's that classic.
This
like,
is literally just going to be like a night. So if we make it through the night, we'll be fine.
Fuck it. You know? Yeah, John's like, let's just chill here for a minute and play solitaire. It'll be fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I go,
but that's
freaking shoot space morphine.
Shoot heroin into my fucking eyes. That's the thing, though. It's like,
you got to shoot it in your eyeball, man. You got to shoot it in your eyeball with a needle,
bro. Yeah,
yeah.
That has to be futuristic. Yeah.
The Aliens franchise always gets me with the whole like I don't know why. This is my trash cans. This is my clean trash cans. But like the amount of fucking times that you'll see an Aliens franchise movie or a movie where they land on a planet and then they're like, let's take off our helmets because there's no fucking reason to think that an entirely different ecosystem might completely fuck us, you know? And then, hey, the ecosystem fucks them. You know what I mean? It's like, let's not let's not spin this orrery and figure out what could happen because we need the movie to keep going, you know? Like,
right. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. All right.
People really just keep ticking it forward until the sun comes back around again, and then we know how long we got to wait. But yeah, no, why do that? Let's just panic.
It's kind of, I mean, I'm kind of annoyed. Like, I'm kind of annoyed that they didn't do that just because I want to know how long it lasts, and they never really state that in the movie. You know,
I mean, it can't last that long. Days.
Well, I
remember watching it yesterday. I was like, I wonder if it's like years, but it wouldn't be. It's like all the planets are aligned. You know, like the planets are not going to stay aligned for fucking years. Especially considering that the eclipse happened in about 3 fucking minutes. You know, like
I know
Saturn was just like the ringed gas giant was just like moving through the fucking. It was like, oh, okay. And
they were like, we gotta go.
Yeah,
it's like you
and it was obviously for drama, but
sure, and they should have done all that legwork earlier. But like, I don't know. Like in the Nuggets, it was like, well, you know, it seems the eclipse happens according to the orrery device, it happens every 22 days.
Was that what it was? Days?
I can't remember. But it said so many different things. That was the thing. It said like, oh, it happens every 22 days.
The core sample was like 20-something years. So I assumed it happened every 20-something years, which is an interesting idea. It's like you land as a colony, you start doing your thing, and you know, the colony starts establishing itself. You have some kids, and then all of a sudden, fucking 22 years later, all these crazy things come out. Like, that's kind of wild. That's a cool idea.
Yes, it is. Yes.
But it's just how long does the darkness last for? And you would assume it's a long ass time. Otherwise, I don't know. But
how could those creatures survive without killing each other on that? I mean, there's like nothing else on that planet. How could they survive such a long period until like darkness and hunting? I mean, it's not like they didn't do anything when they were underground. Obviously, they were very much alive. Very much active.
Like a locust, you know? A locust would hibernate and then come up and feed or whatever, but there's nothing to feed on here, right? Like, so, yeah. I don't know. We're only seeing one. I'm digging really deep here in the justification bin, but like we're only seeing one little area. You know, maybe there are other areas on the planet.
Maybe there's a city on the other side of the planet. Who the hell knows?
They're just like they just landed in a shitty part of the planet. It's actually a really nice place.
Yeah, right?
I mean, one would presume they could establish some kind of communication if that were the case, but
yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Who knows?
I mean,
I kind of like that idea though. There's like they land on a planet and it's actually like a bustling, beautiful planet. And they're like, "Oh, there's this one fucking area. Just don't go anywhere near that. There's these weird blind creatures. We just fucking leave them there." And that's where they went.
I don't know. I could have swore there was a whole section where they were talking about like the 22 days and all that shit, but I can't find it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I got nothing.
I got nothing. I've been reading.
Wow.
I'm done.
You need a fucking
Need a B12
just give you a push so you can pop it in gear and fucking get it started again.
Holy shit, that's funny.
You know what'll get you going, Kev?
Yeah, what's that? Trash cans.
Keith fucking
What?
David will get you going. Let's talk about
Keith David always
fucking
gets me
David.
going. All right, let's talk about Keith David. That's a good idea, man.
I didn't suggest that.
I'm just trying to get him on track. I'm
Chad's,
grasping at Keith David's.
Well,
Let's do it.
did we resolve the whole like
Let's talk about
eclipse
Bruce
thing?
Greenwood.
Yeah,
Let's talk about Bruce Greenwood. I
Bruce
think
Greenwood?
Greenwood
Yeah,
could
him
have
too.
played a good
Bruce
imam
Greenwood.
here. You know, like he could have done it. Can you
He
imagine?
totally
Bruce
could have
Greenwood
played
as the
imam.
I'm totally down.
Sure, I could see that.
He'd have to have like one of those like drapey vests that he wears over his shirtless torso. You know.
Sure, a drapey
Yes, very
vest.
drapey
Yeah.
vest.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
just very like
still giving you
like
sexy
silk
hints.
or something, like silkish.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Look at this. Bruce Greenwood comes like sort of towards the end of a long list of celebrities that Chuohi has worked with.
Is that right?
Oh, really?
It's in the description under, yeah. If you go to his page, it's like Chuohi has worked with on-screen notables like Harrison Ford, Judi Dench, Kevin Costner, Vin Diesel, Danny Newton, Tommy Lee Jones, Jeff Daniels, Richard Grant, Chris Hemsworth, me more. Bruce Greenwood.
Look at that, man.
Brucey.
He's in there.
I love that.
He's a mentionable.
He is. Yeah, he is in there.
So
he was a writer. He's like a big writer, dude. G.I. Jane, The Fugitive. Like, that's, yeah, okay. A lot of writing credits, dude. Ooh, Imposter. That was he did the screenplay for that. That's a good movie, dude.
I love how I was trying to get him back on track with Keith David, and here we are, Bruce Greenwooding out.
No, it's a fucking biopic-de-sac, and that's fine because he directed
Yeah, it's
this movie.
biopic-de-sac, dude. Imposter
And wrote
was
it.
based.
Yeah.
Imposter was another movie based on a Philip K. Dick novel, and that starred Gary Sinise, and that was another science fiction film that was. I remember it being pretty good.
Lieutenant Diane.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Chloe also wrote the other movie called The Arrival. Not Arrival, the one we were talking about.
They
Chad.
stole his
But
idea.
have you ever seen The Arrival with Charlie Sheen and Terry Polo? It's good, man.
Wait a minute. Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. It's good.
Charlie
Yes.
Sheen is an astronomer. I am watching that movie, dude.
You should. It's
There
great.
are like fucking rings of cocaine around his fucking
Oh, it's a
nostrils.
solid-
He's like sitting at the
it's a
computer being like, dude.
Yeah, it's not like that. He's a solid, conspiracy, aliens infiltrating human society kind of setup. Like, and Charlie Sheen is like this paranoid guy. It's great,
I
man.
am
I
so
really
into
liked
this.
it a lot. You should watch it.
I love the idea. Like, I don't know. There's just something about like a cokehead having to be patient at a terminal waiting 20 years for a signal. You know, I don't know. There's just something funny about that. And then he's the guy that finds aliens. Because of course.
Sure. Okay.
Maybe it's just the picture of Charlie Sheen on the Arrival page on IMDb where he looks like he's in a full fucking coke bender.
I feel like you're just really focused on the drugs, Chad.
Well, I watched his documentary recently that he put out, and he was really focused on the drugs. He was really focused on the drugs.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
Consider.
I don't know.
The cocaine was snorting him.
The cocaine.
Basically.
Dude, there's no way he was not doing cocaine on this movie. He looks like fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
He looks like Guy Fieri without a fucking without the blonde dye job,
minus the BAM.
A little bit, right?
He's got like the goatee, the spiky hair, the sunglasses.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
yeah,
he needs
yeah,
the flame
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. Totally.
If you photoshopped a flame shirt onto him.
Yeah, the goatee. He looks like you know who he looks like in this movie, dude? He looks like Henry Rollins, man. That's who he looks like. But Henry Rollins, but like the Coke version, right? He looks like the Coke version of Henry Rollins because Henry Rollins is sort of like a straight edge guy.
Man, I can't fucking believe how much Henry Rollins can talk as a straight edge guy. We went and saw him in a theater, and he did spoken word shit, and he literally didn't stop talking for 90 minutes. He's 90 minutes straight, barely breathed.
Was he talking about 300 milliliters of Ding Dong Bing Bong?
Basically, yeah, basically. He was talking about like a Swedish
300 milliliters Ding Bong
broke into his house.
Ding Dong Ding Bong. 50 cc's.
He is the best as a doctor in Johnny Mnemonic. Like,
totally.
It is the most fucking galaxy brain casting move ever.
Yeah. I don't know, whatever. He looks like Henry Rollins in this movie, dude. Yeah, go ahead.
Rollins is, kind of a spaz. Natural spaz. Doesn't need the cocaine.
He's a spaz, dude, for sure. I forgot Richard Schiff is in The Arrival.
I can't believe you're digging through the fucking dusty refuse of the
I love how you do. I love how you set these. I love how you set these little traps. You always do it, Chad. You're like, you sit there and you're like, oh, dude, he's like, he's like so coked out. Da, da, da. Okay, so all right. Let me go look at the pictures again and see if he looks like he's like a coked out maniac.
In the movie where they don't turn the orrery is because they were talking about Charlie Sheen as a group and they got distracted, and then all of a sudden the fucking eclipse happens and everybody dies because they were like too busy talking about the Arrival.
Armand Asante as Charlie Sheen, as Zane Zeminski,
as Bruce Greenwood
in The Arrival.
I love it.
Masquerading as the phone repair guy. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah. So anyway, you're the one that started talking about what a freaking coke rager he was. And then I was like, let me go look at this picture to like confirm this. Yeah. And then you're leading. See, that's the thing. And then you get mad at me when I'm like,
I'm not mad. I'm just laughing.
Falling into this Arrival sort of black hole, fifth dimension space.
I'm setting traps for you and then getting mad that you fall into them.
Yeah, you are. Exactly.
Charlie Sheen stars.
That's actually a Twelly directed movie as well. Yeah.
What is The Arrival?
Yeah. He directed it and he wrote it.
Actually, I'll take a. To be honest, that was unfair of me. I didn't realize that he directed it. So I think that's a death. I think that's a stay on target Star Wars style death.
Sure, I'll give it to you, but
you were on target. You were on target, and I was assuming Arrival was too far afield, but it's not. It's Tui.
Oh, that's how we got on it. It was Twilly, dude. Is it Twilly or Tui? Oh, it's
Writes
I think
and
it is
directs
Tui.
The biopic
actually.
You've been waiting for, Flavortown, the life story of Guy Fieri, starring.
True
Charlie Sheen
as Guy Fieri.
The Guy Fieri biopic. Little known that he was a employee at SETI before becoming a celebrity chef.
What is your death, Chad? What was the death again?
Stay on target death. Stay on target.
It's a little
Hey,
close to a
target.
Star Wars death.
Yeah. Guy Fieri biopic where he's a former. I love this.
A former special ops operative turned celebrity chef.
Guy Fieri,
That's the
former
movie we need
astronomer.
to make. Yeah.
Before he discovered
Former-
aliens with his radio telescope.
Right.
So wait, you're saying that Guy Fieri became a chef before or after?
No. In my timeline, he's a
It's
special
unclear.
ops operative. He's a special ops operative.
It's
Then he
just like the movie Arrival. It's a giant loop. It's a giant time
Then he
loop.
becomes
Yeah, time
then he becomes
is-
the
time is-
astronomer.
time is flat.
Then he becomes a celebrity
Time is a
chef.
flat circle. Oh my god. Sorry, what was
Now,
that, Kev?
I said he's a spec ops operator. Then he's an astronomer. Then he's a celebrity chef.
Do you think that when he was in the Spec Ops, they trained him to dye his goatee and wear flame shirts to blend in?
Absolutely. Dude, it's tradecraft, bro.
I'm just like that scene in Spy Game where Robert Redford taps the metal dome. You know, he's like, "Wow, how did you know that?" He's like, "Ding, ding, ding."
No.
When he looks
That
at
was
the
when
reflection of the waiter in the restaurant.
Totally.
that was when he befriended Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, who
Right?
of the two people in the world that blend in best, it's Dennis Rodman and Guy Fieri. They blend in. Like,
He was pretty
would see it
conventional
coming.
looking before he met Rodman, and then he started wearing the flame shirts and doing the dye
that
jobs
was
and
it.
shit.
Okay. I love that. I love that. I love that I didn't know that was a thing, but that 100% is a thing.
It's
Is that a
actually
thing, or did you just
kind
make
of
that up?
believable. No, I totally.
I actually believed it. I 100% bought that. Oh, that's great.
Wow.
I
Should
totally
just keep
bought
going.
that. I
And then he
loved it.
became a NASCAR driver for like 5 or 6 years.
I mean,
And
that works.
That's
That
like
works.
that's the 12-year-old writing the movie, dude, you know. First he's a Green Beret, then he becomes an astronomer, then he becomes a celebrity chef, then he becomes a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, NASCAR's got to come after Celebrity Chef. It's when he gets all the sponsorships. He comes in. That's how he gets his in. He's like, I've always wanted to race. Bam racing.
I really want this movie to be made now.
And then
I'm
every scene
I'm telling you, dude.
It's like a fictional, semi-fictional account of the life of Guy Fieri.
I feel like we can feed this into an AI, man, and like make a
would
feature
work.
length film
It's like
about
it's
it.
like 10% truth and like 90% fabrication.
But Dennis Rodman is definitely in it. I think Dennis Rodman has to convince him to like join NASCAR or something. He's like, yeah, it's just not flamboyant enough.
It's like
my God.
yeah, it's like Forrest Gump, but with Guy Fieri.
Yes, all of the things. Yes, it's like Forrest Gump, but with NASCAR.
And that's when he
Dennis
invented
Rodman
the
is
smiley
Lieutenant
face
Dan
T-shirt.
character.
Forrest Gump, but with NASCAR. That's rich.
Oh my God, I'm so into this. I don't know how we got here, but I'm here. I'm here for
We
it.
got here because of Twoey, dude. We were talking about Twoey or Tui.
Twoey.
I don't know how to. Now I'm questioning
Talk
how to
about
pronounce his name.
Toohey.
Yeah,
Is
you're
it
right.
Toohey?
I have no idea.
But I think
No,
we
I
should.
think it
I
is
think we
Tui.
should modify so that sometimes we do a twofer and sometimes we do a tui.
Ooh,
I think
It is
I think-
pronounced
I think it's
Tui.
legit.
is it Toohey?
Yeah.
There's a Tui beer over here. I don't know if it's spelled the same thing.
Tui.
Beer.
It's like Chewy.
Oh no, Tui's is
Bunch of
Tui.
Toohey.
Tui, punch it.
Tui's is an Aussie beer. I should take an Aussie. They should take away my
Aussie
passport
card?
for
Yes, they should.
not knowing how you spell Tui's. Tui's extra dry. That's a Green Tide's death. I'm officially dubbing this a Green Tide's death because it's a death that only Green Tides will agree with. Everyone else is like, whatever, Australians.
All right. A green tide's death.
I didn't spell Tui's properly. I apologize to all my Australian compatriots. Because the Australians were all here for the Guy Fieri biopic, that's for sure. Like Guy Fieri when he listens to us talk about him. I feel like he would be excited, not pissy.
Maybe.
I think, yeah,
anyway,
you
so
could
getting
talk
us
him
back
into
on
it.
who? Guy Fieri? I'll bet he'd
Yeah.
do it.
You could talk him
He'd
into
do it.
He's a cool guy, dude.
Can we like spend millions of dollars digitally de-aging him for the movie?
We wouldn't need to, bro.
Well, no, I mean, because Charlie Sheen's got to play him.
Exactly.
Can there be a scene at the end, like in Private Ryan, where Guy Fieri is like walking through a graveyard and he has to like get down and he starts crying and then like morphs back into Charlie Sheen? I feel like that needs to happen.
Oh yeah,
Totally work. That would totally work.
Tell me I was a good chef.
you could do
honey. Was I a good
you
chef?
definitely do like
The best, honey.
the voiceover, you know.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sorry, Kev.
I'm whatever. I'm not like
That was when
latched
I got
onto
the
that.
idea for
I'm not
trash
finding
can
that as funny
nachos.
as you did. It's fine. I was trying to get us back on track, even though you were accusing me of not being on track.
I know.
We were talking.
I
Anyway,
felt we needed to get way off track, really, because we were.
that's fine.
And that
Yeah,
worked.
sure.
It worked.
Yeah,
No, it was
Yeah.
good.
good.
So anyway, that's David Toohey. And that concludes our section on David Toohey, the director of Pitch Black and the Riddick franchise.
There you go.
Now, can we talk about Keith David?
Sure, man.
Yes,
I don't.
yeah, we have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Like one of the things you love about Keith David, you know, he's kind of like Clancy Brown in that way. Like he's so good, he's so solid, man. He'll just do just about anything, you know. And
Totally.
no exception here. You know, he's done his roster of voice work is insane. You know, he's just done so many different films, so many different voice roles, and he just shows up everywhere, man. He's an absolute rock. His voice is so incredibly iconic and recognizable, dude. You know, like he's just such a skilled performer, man.
No doubt.
You know, he's super invested in whatever he's doing, man. You know, he's great as Childs in The Thing. I love him in freaking They Live. He's great, you know, Gargoyles. Like the list just goes on and on and on, man. I've been a fan of this guy since the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's just
Totally
great to have that extra acting muscle here, man, for sure. You know, he's like it's like him and Radha Mitchell and Vin are like the only American actors. Everybody else they called from Australia, which is totally fine and totally cool. But
She's Radha Mitchell's Australian too.
no. I think she's American.
Nah, I'm looking at her.
Are you telling me or are you asking me? Sorry,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
she is Australian.
Yep.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it really is just Deez and Keith David. I assume some of the smaller players maybe.
Okay, I guess it is.
Who knows?
Diesel and Keith David. So there you go. All the more reason.
Well, we were talking about the proto Diesel kind of stuff earlier, where it's like Riddick was proto Riddick stuff, where Diesel was kind of finding the character, and I feel like it was the same here. Like Keith David was kind of finding the Imam character, and obviously the Imam character plays a bigger part in the other movie or movies. I think he's just in one more. I can't recall actually.
Yeah, no, he's not in the second one. Yeah, he's just in Chronicles, but you know,
Yeah,
it's a huge
but
part.
it was really awesome to see him in that one, and it's like I don't know, more solidified version of Imam. But I still really liked him in this.
Same here.
The idea
I mean,
of
if I
having
only
like a religious person have their faith tested stuff is a really interesting thread.
absolutely, and I mean, look, if I had one complaint, it's just that there's not enough of him in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's
that's not like it's not like his role was limited. I mean, Christ, he's the one of three people that escaped the entire ordeal. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wish there was more of him. But what we do get is, as usual, Keith David, awesome man. You know.
We do get more of him though.
Yeah, we do.
do you
The next movie, right? Or the third movie.
In Riddick.
Sure, absolutely. But I'm saying in this movie, if I had one gripe, it would just be that there's not enough of him in there, which is like whatever, you know.
I don't know. I kind of feel like there was just enough. Like the fact that
Sure.
he's losing his flock throughout is just well handled, I guess. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just how fucking like dumb horror movie the flock was, you know, like that scene in particular where they first encounter the big monster and the kid's just like doop-a-doop straight in front of Riddick, you know?
Yeah.
They're like fodder. They're like red shirts.
Sure. Red shirts. The red shirts of the Riddick universe.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of those.
Because I don't know,
Yeah,
like Shazza,
absolutely.
she kind of gets her death is kind of like horrifying, but it's also kind of like nothing, you know? Like the dude that gets he gets greased in the tunnel, gets his tunnel greased or whatever. I feel like that's a good horror movie death. And then like the kids getting got in the whatever, wherever they are, where the big monster is good. But Shazza just it's kind of like a nothing, you know? She just gets, it's like showing you that there's another way they can get you, but it's not overly meaningful, you know?
I don't know, man. I thought her death was like great for a horror movie. It was like, you know, she gets caught by the swarm and then they're like literally rip her in half and then lift her off the ground. She's like still alive and screaming while they're like essentially flying her away and eating her down to nothing. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, not
Pretty
to glorify such a morbid thing, but
No, but I
you
mean,
know.
it's like a slashery kind of thing, so it's perfect.
Yeah, in the annals of horror, sure, you know.
Shazza is
The annals.
The
annals.
I like getting my annals greased.
The
Shazza
annals.
is short for Sharon, also in Australia. So I'm assuming that's probably
I'm sorry, short for Sharon?
yeah, Shazza is like my sister-in-law Karen Kaz.
All right,
Shazza, Kazza.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
don't-
really
I don't-
common Australian shortening. Is like AZZA at the end of something.
Huh. Interesting.
Right. Yeah, well, then you have the Barrys or Bazes, right?
Yeah, Baz. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very common thing.
Is that kind of
I
like
have
Cubby
heard that.
Broccoli
There you go.
in the UK?
That's a great fucking name. That is
Albert-
a great name.
Albert's Broccoli is the guy that,
Cubby Broccoli.
you know, produced all the James Bond movies, and his his short name
if you
is
introduce
Cubby.
yourself, it would Cubby. My name's Cubby. Cubby Broccoli.
My name's
That's quite a
Cubby.
name. It's like fucking VeggieTales character.
Sure. Veggie
But yeah,
Tales.
shout out to Sharon who got ripped in half.
Okay, yeah. Shazza. Yeah. Shout out to her, man. I already said what I said in the beginning. It's great to see Claudia Black in this. I always thought she was like kind of underrated, man. And she did like
She's good.
she's most known for all of her science fiction projects. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
She's
familiar
all
with her
about it.
beyond just this. I don't think I've ever
Dude,
watched
you should watch Farscape, man. It's so wild and weird and different, dude. It's like, I don't know. I really thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Was it a sci-fi channel style? Was that where it was like for the American market?
That's what it was aired on. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
produced
it
by
was
Sci-Fi
originally an
Channel.
Aussie show or something.
It's kind of it's
I think
actually
it
a
was-
Henson thing.
It is, yeah. And it was like it was a Sky. I think it was on Sky in Australia. And then it was, Sci-Fi obviously in the US. And no, it wasn't, it did its whole run in Australia, but it was pretty deep with lore, dude. And again, like Ben said, like it was a Henson thing. So like the puppetry and the creatures were super cool, man, for what it was. And like they were all traveling around, you know, it had a kind of a Guardians vibe of like, you know, just a band of like random aliens. And then there's a human, and then like the ship is sentient, and like, you know, they go on adventures and shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty cool.
Ship is alive.
Right?
Moira.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's alive.
It's a living.
Exactly.
It's a
Old
living.
school
It's like a
Trek-ish
biological
team
It's a living
grown
creature.
ship.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like very of the time as far as like a lot of the space, you know, special effects and stuff go, but the
Sure.
creatures
Yeah.
are top notch, and you know,
Yeah,
it's just well written and weird, and you know, like
Quirky.
fun
Jesus, the
and
names are so
Yeah.
quirky and funny.
Totally, man.
I'm just looking at the list. It's like there's this lady Tammy McIntosh who plays a character, and her fucking character name Jalushko Tunai Fenta Hovalis. Where you're just like, what are you doing these days, Tammy? She's like, oh yeah, I'm acting. It's like, oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, this movie called a show called Farsi. Like, oh cool, what do you do? Like, well, I play Jalush Kutuni Fenty Havalis. She's like, what? This other ladies, Suzoku Svali Shanti Sugasi Shan. It's like, okay, yeah, now that definitely seems like another universe's fucking name. That's for sure. That's fucking great. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
the name is very,
names.
and the logo actually is very memorable. The like S with the kind of swooshy kind of thing, but I just don't recall the show.
Sort of,
Yes.
yeah. Well, have a look. It's good. You can probably find episodes
right
on
on.
YouTube for free.
Sick.
It sounds
Ben
something.
Browder.
I watched we watched Dazed and Confused for the first time in a long time a couple weeks ago.
Dude.
And then watching this now, I didn't realize that Johns is actually in Dazed and Confused as like the ginge paddle carrying dickhead character from Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, he plays Benny, dude.
Yeah. I just completely didn't put it together.
Yeah, drives the truck, dude. Yeah. Yeah,
He's got quite a bit of work under his belt, but I haven't really seen
Cole Hauser's, man. He's
very
been in there, dude, for a long time, man. Just you know, grinding it out. Like he was the fourth guy along with Casey Affleck in Good Will Hunting, dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
For some reason in this movie, he was channeling kind of a we have Matthew McConaughey at home vibe.
Ooh,
Yeah, a little bit
right.
for sure. Yeah. He was also in he was with Diesel in or not no, Diesel was in the second one. Yeah, the second Fast and Furious movie. He played the villain, you know.
Okay.
He's been a
I like how you're like a secret Fast and Furious lore dude too. Like, you know a lot about those movies. I love that.
It's a little bit of connectivity mostly.
Yeah,
But like he also like his big thing that he just did was like, you know, he was on Yellowstone. Dude. That's huge. Yellowstone is arguably one of the biggest, whether you like it or not, it's one of the biggest shows that's come out.
No,
in the
it's
last
definitely
5
one of the
years.
biggest shows, man. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Well, it's nice that he's getting some work. I mean, he's an interesting foil here for Deez. And I like how he's not some fucking good guy. I like how he's kind of a slimy fuckhead.
I like how he's a lowlife, you know, and it also connects this story with the third story, which is great too.
But he also like, you know, kind of bullshits Fry, bullshits Rhoda Mitchell and tries to kind of like get her on side, but she eventually sees through it and stuff. It's a kind of a nice little thread there.
Sure.
Was there a connection between Johns and Toombs?
No, they never established a connection other than that they were both mercs.
Yeah. For some reason, I guess I imagine that, you know, there was some kind of a banter.
Yeah.
You know, about, you know, being like, oh, I dusted Johns, you know, and Toombs being like, yeah, you're not going to do that to me, you know? Whatever.
Right. Yeah,
Like he was an
yeah.
addict, I'm sharp or whatever, but I guess that never happened. Maybe it was in like one of the animated things or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
For some reason,
dude,
I feel like that's
know.
a thing, but
I feel like
Sure.
it should be a thing. Like it's perfectly reasonable that the you know, Merc crews would know each other, even if they didn't work together.
you should have dusted
like-
my
it's
dick
like,
when you had the chance.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Mandalorian. They all hang out in the same bar and collect
Yeah,
marks
exactly.
from
Drinking
grief
fucking blue
cargo
milk or
pants. Right, sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What else?
What else?
What
Probably bits
about
in the
Rhoda
bobs,
Mitchell?
I would assume.
Well, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Rhoda Mitchell, I remember her from like, and the only reason I watched the movie is because I was a big fan of the second game, and that would be Silent Hill. And the
Okay.
movie was surprisingly really good. It really wasn't exactly like the game, but like it definitely got the feel of the game, which was like, I was never a horror game player, and I played that one, and like I was blown away at how good it was. And like I used to play it with all the lights off, and it was like super creepy, dude. And I really felt like the movie captured the feeling of the game beautifully, and she was in that movie, and she was good, man. Her and Laurie Holden and Beaner was in it too, you know. It was really good,
Yeah,
man.
I've never seen it. I think I've played it, but that's good to hear that it was an interesting take on it. So
Oh, definitely.
she has
I'm
some
trying
good
to think
chops
what
here,
else.
man. I'm surprised she didn't get more broad.
Well,
work,
but I
yeah.
think well, let's see. She was in Man on Fire with Denzel, Silent Hill, Rogue. I don't know what the hell that is, but I don't know. She's done a lot of Hollywood, like American stuff, man. So, you know, there's that.
This is more. I'm less familiar than she is in working, right? She did a good job.
Sure. London is Falling, you know, NCIS Los Angeles.
It's a tricky role, I think, playing alongside
super tough, dude.
Johns and Riddick as characters, you know, like she holds her own
Absolutely,
really well.
man. Well, I mean, it's like you're in a command position and you're a female and it's like this and that and the third, you know, like there's a lot going on there, man, for sure. So yeah, she did it well. It was ironic too, because she was like denouncing herself the entire time. Every time the kids or somebody would call her captain, she'd be like, "I'm not your fucking captain," you know, like
totally.
Like I'm not in charge, you know. She kind of was like not really into it. Right? Yeah, it's a Denzel movie. Good. Bits and bobs then. What else? Things you loved.
I enjoyed the
I'll tell you, go ahead.
There you go.
Okay, Paris, the antiques dealer collector.
Yeah.
That guy has, in my opinion, the best, possibly best scene visually, and certainly the best death in the entire movie. And it's like when he loses his bottle and he goes crawling after it, pulls the little light generator off the little, you know, sled that they've sort of crafted, right? And then all of the rope lights go out. And he's like looking for you know, an igniter to like reignite the torch. And he takes a swig of the alcohol and then he lights it and he blows it into a fireball, and he just lights up the area, and all you see are like 8 or 10 of the creatures, cool. the bioraptors around him about to pounce, and then it's like lights out and he's gone, man. And then it's a cut to and it's really cool how they follow it up, because they do Riddick vision to show him getting just, you know, chewed apart.
Darth mauled.
So it's like you don't like they did interesting things to get around the gore and the blood, which was, you know, kind of cool. Clever anyway.
That is a good fucking death, actually, yeah. Because like
it's a great death.
Similarly with the John's death, you know, it's kind of like a showpiece. But this one was like way more subtle. I kind of got the vibe that he was like freaking out too. Like the like weird little cart with the rope lights and stuff, and like they've got their thing going, and then this dude fucks it up for everybody. You know, he was kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was kind of a cool bit too, like the broader rope light stuff and trying to get the power cells or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that whole
fire was pretty fucking cool.
It was really, really cool, man. I remember the whole like adventure from the old ship to the new ship being like a longer ordeal, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Home Alone, dude. It's actually like 5 minutes of shit. It's short.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna chime in with the monster vision shit, where I really liked when Diesel's kind of like up in his face at the end, kind of like moving left and right and in the blind spot. That was cool. Kind of cheese stick, but also kind of cool.
Whether would be a blind spot on a blind animal, I don't know, but
hey, whatever. I'll take it. I suppose I never really twigged that they were blind, but it does make a lot of sense, like a mole.
No, they live in the dark. They use echolocation. They hear what they see.
Super cool.
The ships were pretty cool. I mean, they were kind of not like overly different, but like, I don't know, the dropship-y kind of thing that they had was kind of cool.
Yeah, very
I saw
cool.
that there was like some dude in Cooper Pedy bought that ship off of the film production, and it's still just sitting.
I just read that, yeah.
Which is fucking cool as shit. I totally want to go there now and go and fucking check out the ship.
You should totally go there.
Yeah, and fucking check it out someday.
Yeah, you should do that.
Fucking go kick the tires.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I don't know.
I
like
those limited edition contact lenses. I need an excuse to wear them, right?
I like the way all of the technology works in the world, including the ships. So like the ships have like an interesting mix of like kind of like analog-ish kind of aliens tech, and then like, you know, some somewhat more futuristic elements. Yeah, some more futuristic elements here and there, you know, like in the Chronicles of Riddick, we get, you know, obviously the necromongers have a really interesting technology, and then you've got like, you know, some of the displays and so forth in Chronicles of Riddick are a little bit different, a little bit more high-tech looking, you know, but like there were, you know, it was like interesting how the ships ran on very simple and small power cells that could be fairly easily transported. I mean, you know, but at the same time, like a lot of the stuff in the ship was very sort of classic and analog and like a, you know, what we would consider ship looking, you know, like just simple
analog,
rows
like
of
the
jump
levers
seats
and stuff and the shit they were doing, the switches and shit.
Yeah, like just like the rows of the seats, the jump seats, like in the sort of the bay and the drop ship that they find, and like just the levers and just like the readouts and stuff like that. Very simple. Some of them very 2D looking, you know. So it was like a cool kind of mix, you know. But then you have like those really cool solar generators, like on the Sandcat, and then, you know, like in the room.
Yeah, that was cool.
Where they find the orrery. So, you know, I kind of dig that, man. Like they did a good job of giving futuristic things a sort of junky look too, and like a burned out and abandoned look, you know? So, yeah, I don't know.
Somewhat different, at least, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Not the same old.
Yeah, it's got its own.
The like solar
look to
spinny
it.
shit kind of was like almost like not to be insulting, but kind of like Barbarella. Like it had some kind of interesting kitsch to it, you know? It kind of like was a kind of callback to older sci-fi a little bit too, you know?
Absolutely, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it was
if you do it right.
full on bleep bloop. No good
definitely.
explanation for how it would ever work, but
yeah,
at least it's not, you know, fucking transparent screens.
Transparent
touch screens. Ooh, transparent touch screens. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm so over that, man.
Yeah, there's definitely not that this is that movie, but you know, continuing the legacy. There's some very cool ship design in Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about the whole universe, like universally, all the ships are very interesting and different. You know,
so cool.
Yeah, the Merc ship was really cool.
You're talking about Toombs's Merc ship.
Yeah, Toombs' ship.
Yeah,
the one that Riddick steals. Yeah,
the little harness dudes on the wings and shit or whatever. Yeah,
it was so crazy how small the thing was. Like that always like amazed me about that movie was how small that ship was, and he had like a full crew of like it was like him plus 4.
I kind of like that idea though. That it's like
I dig
a little bit more
too,
realistic to, you know, it's expensive to move through space. People aren't fucking Millennium Falconing around playing chess and walking around and shit, you know.
Sure,
it's cool.
But then the cargo ship in this was like fairly large, you know. But then the skiff is fairly small, like Toombs' ship, you know. And then obviously the Necromonger ships are, you know, a little bit different, but not that dissimilar in size.
Flying Easter Island heads.
Yes, the Moai.
Yeah, like the little like interceptor ships that they encounter on New Mecca were cool.
Yeah, totally. It makes me want to watch them all again.
Yeah, moving forward,
the Interceptor,
some definite interesting tech design.
Definitely, the Interceptor ships on New Mecca were cool for sure, or Helion rather.
Right, sure.
Other bits and bobs. I think the final kind of sequence where she convinces him to go back, and then he goes back. And she does die for them, and then she says, like, I'm not going to die for you. And then he kind of, like, the kind of shit that's going on in Riddick's head at the end, I really enjoyed. Even though it's not kind of clarified what is in his head. It's just that he's clearly thinking about it. And whether it's, like, him learning something new about himself, probably not. Or him just being like, everyone thinks I'm a fucking monster, but I'm not necessarily. There's just some interesting unsaid things about him, you know?
No, it leaves it sort of ambiguous, which is what is always good.
Yeah. He strikes me as like sort of chaotic neutral, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely.
He's just kind of watching shit go down, you know, like he's always like, no matter what's happening, Riddick is just sort of like always seems like an outside observer, you know, that like he can either be persuaded to like intervene or not, but he's almost like
100%.
never doing anything because he wants to do it. He's just doing it because somebody in his proximity convinces him to do it, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the idea. He doesn't really have an agenda. You know, he just kind of, he's very zen, you know, he'll lay waste if he needs to.
It's like that in Riddick too, you know, it's sort of, you know, Jack / whatever the hell Jack changes her name to. Kira, you know, that's sort of like seems like his motivation, you know, like whatever it is she wants sort of seems to be the thing that pushes him to do something.
Right. He's kind of like Forrest Gump.
Otherwise,
he floats around on the breeze, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
you know,
it's
really
very animal. I feel like it's like there's an animal nature to it where it's just like the bird ain't out there on its fucking tree being like, what am I going to do today? It just fucking does the things, you know what I mean? Like it's it's kind of animistic a little bit.
Sure.
Left on his own.
They clearly want to go
survival.
for that animal thing with him.
Yeah. It's an interesting character for sure.
Definitely. All right. NDR?
Yeah.
Or do you guys have more bits?
No. Do it.
There's a million nuggets. I didn't really, other than the fact that the ship is still kicking around in Cooper Pedy, that's pretty cool. I didn't really have a lot that stood out to me. Did you have any that you thought?
Sorry, what was that again?
Just that the ship being in Cooper Pedy was the nug that I thought was worthy of sharing. The rest of them seemed like whatever, interesting enough, but
yeah, there was some whatever there for sure. I did like I was pretty impressed that Vin Diesel did that stunt putting his arms behind his head.
Oh, his shoulder thing? Yeah, that's kind of
yeah, dude. That was kind of crazy, man. You know? I think there was one more. Hang on a second. Oh, that guy that gets shot in the beginning is Vin Diesel's stunt double.
Okay.
That was kind of interesting.
I guess Riddick was supposed to get killed in the original.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Treatment.
It's true. Yeah. That's about it.
Riddick was a woman in early script treatments, which I wouldn't surprise me if they were going for like the Ripley kind of thing.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
I don't know. I'm just thankful that the Riddick universe exists. I just love the indie shit, and I love what they've done with it. So,
absolutely.
How do we feel about him having a full name?
Who? Riddick?
Riddick, where he's like, my name's Robert B. Riddick, or whatever his fucking
Richard B. Riddick. Richard B. Riddick. I don't know. I always liked it, man. It's like,
I kind of like that he's just Riddick, yeah.
Yeah, but that makes it a little too like, you know, ooh, he's this like, you know,
Spider-Man.
cool, weird, you know, killer. You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that he has like a full name. It makes him, it humanizes him more, you know? So it's while everybody knows him as Riddick, you know, knowing that he has a full name is, I don't know, it just fleshes the character out more to me, I think.
Dick Riddick.
Sure.
Dick Riddick.
Dick Riddick. More recommendations then?
How about we give
deaths.
let's
That's
give
another fucking
Chad a
death. I always
death
skip
for
deaths.
skipping deaths. Firstly,
Again.
that should be the name of our band, Skipping Deaths. So we had a lot of deaths, good amount of deaths. Chad had pretty much all of them. It was waiting for Katie Sackhoff to walk on screen in this movie, which is incorrect. That's a death.
Yeah.
And then I ejected on
Wrong.
Furia. That's a death. And then Chad had a stay on target death. And then Chad has the brand new only one person will understand, including not me and Ben, and that would be the Green Tide's death because he didn't spell two E's right. And then Chad skipped the deaths again and got another death. So, hey, man.
That's my thing. I was trying to skip past all my deaths.
Whoa! So meta, dude. Anyway, Yeah, that's
So-
that was the slaughter for the week. What recommendations, dude? There's no question I would recommend any Riddick movie, especially if you're a science fiction fan, and I know you are because you're listening to this stupid podcast. Watch it.
You watched Dark Fury. Was that also? I haven't seen that one still.
Yeah,
Is that worth a
it's
watch?
animated,
assume
dude.
so.
I think it was done by Peter Chung too, the guy that did Aeon
was.
Flux,
Yeah,
right, Ben?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's absolutely
Indeed it
worth
was.
it,
I
man.
love Peter Chung.
Yeah,
Same.
right on, man. What's Slab? What are we doing next week? Aren't you away?
I'm out next week. So you guys have discussed Drive with Ryan Gosling,
Ooh, right, yeah.
which I'm a little bit jealous of, but I'm totally fine with you guys doing.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Drive next week. And thanks for joining us for the first of the Riddick films, Pitch Black. And that's it. We love you long time, and bye.
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 And that's going to wrap up this week's episode. Folks, if you'd like to check out the show notes for this episode, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or on our website, ebd.fm/episodes/344. If you'd like to support us in our endeavor, you can. You can support us on Patreon. You can also buy us a cup of coffee. You can also tell your friends, and you can also rate us and review us. All things help us. If you want to join us on social, we're on Instagram at EBD Podcast. And that's it. Come join us for the quasi mayhem. Thanks for joining us for Pitch Black. We'll see you next week for Drive. So long for now, folks.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop into it.